Hello my fellow hunters, welcome to my Dragon Elemental Meta Switch Axe video for Monster Hunter Rise game version 3.0. This video took me a lot of time. I've maybe created more than 20 builds with the Valstrax Switch Axe, and with every single build I killed about 10 or 15 Rathalos, and so I can also tell you how a set really works in a hunt, not only how good this set is on paper, because the Valstrax armor set has very much triggerable skills. That mean they aren't active all the time, so it's very, say, on paper, yes, it's so and so viel damage, and that doesn't say anything because we didn't know how good the skills can be triggered in a hunt. Also, I've written you in the comment below the video that you have to take care taking away rolls before your health increases to a certain point. Otherwise, your Dragon set skill doesn't work anymore from the Valstrax set. So first of all, I want to show you the two other weapons we got new. Or I think it's only one weapon. So go to Forge Upgrade weapon and now search for the Dragon Switch Axe. Actually, there are two Switch Axes that are kinda pretty good. It's the Valstrax Switch Axe. I also tried to build a full Valstrax set with the Valstrax Switch Axe, and I'm gonna show it here in this video. You can see it here. I used 5 pieces of Valstrax, also speed sharpening. We also have, here is it, handicraft with white sharpness and only wax. So 5 pieces of Valstrax, only wax and white sharpness with protective polish. Also Dragon attack level 3 with rabbit morph 3, and we are doing 114.35 cycle DPS. And we also didn't have power prolonger on the set. So I think in a hunt it's absolutely garbage, but just for your information, this set deals about 114 cycle DPS. And now I wanna show you the other Dragon Switch Axe that got an upgrade. It's the Abyssal Gale Axe. In the previous game version 2.0, I see a lot of hunter use this Switch Axe against, for instance, T-Rex or so. I think it's not the best weapon, but maybe some good against flying wyverns. You can see here we have still a huge chunk of blue sharpness, and we are using for this weapon the full Valstrax set, so it's absolutely nonsense to use the white sharpness with protective polish because we have a huge chunk of blue sharpness. And so we have to use, yes, the blue sharpness. The Dragon element is pretty bad. We have the anti-aerial species, which gives us a 5% raw boost. So we have 210 raw on the Switch Axe, and yes, 10% is 21, so we gain 10.5 additional raw if you're using anti-aerial species. So the Switch Axe has about 220 attack when we are using anti-aerial species. But I made a separate video for the anti-aerial species or flying wyverns. You can see here a build with the blue sharpness. We have, in comparison, for the Valstrax, 4 pieces Valstrax set, so it's a hybrid set. We have 270 attack because we can't fit in any attack boost. And for the Abyssal Gale Axe with full Valstrax set, we have 297 attack, also attack boost 7, only wax, so no any crit skills, but also power prolonger level 2 with Dragon attack level 5, which gives us about, I think, 28 attack for Dragon also, and we're dealing 114.3 DPS. So you can see now here, Valstrax and Abyssal Gale Axe are exactly the same with the full or hybrid 4 pieces Valstrax set. I don't recommend using 5 pieces for the Valstrax or Abyssal Gale Axe. I think 4 pieces is the best decision. Yes. And now we come to the Reddnaught Dunat. It's you can see here I calculated about 12 different sets or so. I also calculated with max out attack boost, max out crit skills, using crit boost 3, crit I5, using agitator 5, using agitator 4, using no speed sharpening, using razor sharp level 2, and yes, I'm gonna explain you what's for me personally the best decision. First of all, I'm gonna show how to craft the Valstrax Switch Axe. So we go to the bottom of the video. The first Switch Axe is very easy to get. You have now an astronomical chance to get the red serpent orb. I have to kill about 18 or 19 Valstrax until I got my first orb. So I know some hunters got 2 orbs in a row, and yes, I needed about 18 Valstrax kills to craft that Switch Axe. And the next thing is I have to mention that this sharpness is pretty bad. I have prepared 2 runs for gameplay with 2 different builds I gonna recommend for you. And you can see in the first run with the full Valstrax set that this sharpness is extremely bad for Switch Axe. I think Switch Axe and dual blades are a Monster Hunter Rise weapon that use the most sharpness in the entire weapon archetypes. So yes, you have to do anything to get a better sharpness. That is too slow. Every weapon with Protective Polish 2 is better than this sharpness. It's hella bad, the sharpness from the Valstrax Switch Axe. So maybe after 60 or 70 seconds, if you're aggressive playstyle, your sharpness goes to red. And you have to sharpen. Either you lose about, yes, you lose 80% DPS. So I'm gonna show you the ramp up skills for this weapon. Okay, sorry. Ramp up weapon, set rampage skills, go to the Reddnaught Dunat. We have attack boost 3, which giving us 8 additional attack. We also have Wyvern exploit, increased damage to bird, flying brute, piskin, fanged wyverns, as well as leviathans. And the multiplier is researched it in the Reddit, and it's 5%. So we have 180 base raw, and 10% of 180 is 18, and the half of 18 is 9. So if we were using the Wyvern exploit, we have 189 base raw, and with the attack boost 3, 188. So only one difference, but I choose attack boost 3 because yes, sometimes you're also hunting any other monster types like elder dragons or what else, and I think so attack boost 3 is better. I also have to explain another thing. Valstrax Soul is on paper stronger than the attack boost 3, but I tested it in several hunts. It's like with the Valstrax set, you have to be afflicted with Dragon Blight, and you're not 100% of the quest uptime inflicted with this blight, and so maybe it's not so good to use the Valstrax Soul. So I recommend using attack boost 3, because this weapon has an extremely bad raw. For a good damage output, we need minimum 200 or 210 raw, and this weapon has no power fire and also a pretty bad base raw, so we have to use the attack boost 3. I also gonna explain you that in the data sheet. So actually I gonna show you the difference of the damage output if you're using ramp up skill. So the first bit you can see here, I had full Valstrax armor set. There is also on Reddit a build with a hybrid Valstrax set. I'm gonna show it you. So here we have the Reddit build compilation post. Yes, it's from a subreddit. You can see here the 3.0 builds, and I'm not sure whether this build compilation is from the French guy, but it's pretty good. The only thing that is maybe not correct on this build is that this guy used the priority level of the sharpness only to 3. And for me personally, yes, the sharpness does more damage than, or is more important than any crit skills because of files can't crit. I also used here a lot of explanations, but if you've watched my previous videos, the best example is Rathalos, Flame Splitter, and you can see using 4 levels of handicraft is pretty much better than using any other, crit skills or what else. But that's not the case. I want to show you the dragon build from the meta thread. So, and this guy uses 4 pieces of Valstrax and the ingot boots. You can also use for switch hacks maybe the Almudrax Helm, because it's a pretty OP helm, or other armor parts. Yes, and I'm not sure, but I've also seen a lot of speed runs, and there are 2 different runners. The one type of runners that are using full Valstrax set, so 5 pieces Valstrax, because the difference is with 4 pieces Valstrax you only get 5% damage boost, and with 5 pieces you get 10% damage boost. So that's a huge increase from level 4 pieces to 5 pieces. And there are also some runners that are using only the Valstrax braces for the world records. So this set is also pretty good, but I have another recommendation for you. Because this guy here uses more crit skills. You can see here this guy uses crit eye 3 and crit boost 3, and for me personally it's better. Like for example for the apex monsters, where yes, you can't crit so good. I think it's better to use to max out attack boost for the file damage. But this set is also not bad, but I don't actually have calculated it or give you any. Oh, I have calculated it, it's here, but I give you my recommendations later. First I want to talk about the ramp up skills. So we have a set with no ramp up skills, attack boost 7, crit boost 3 and crit eye 5. With no power prolonger you can see 115.8 cycle DPS. With attack 3 we have 118.2, and with the Valstrax Soul 120.8. So you can say 2.6 cycle DPS more with the Val Soul skill. So that's a lot. About 3 DPS is a lot in comparison for only the ramp up skill. But like I already explained, you don't have the complete duration of the quest, the Val Soul active. I also prepared some other builds. I tried to use attack boost 7 with agitator 4. With razor sharp. So the thing is, I have at the top of this list, you can see here, with the most DPS we have here 5 or 4 pieces Valstrax, and the best that I calculated already is with attack boost 7, no crit skills, dragon attack 3, and this gives us 126.8 DPS. So that's on paper the best DPS in the game. But it's not so good when you use it in a hunt. I'm also gonna describe it to you. I think there is a better constellation you can use. But I'm gonna show you that constellation later. I also have here that Reddit post from this guy. And you can see here he uses attack boost 4 with crit boost 3 and crit eye 3. So the bad thing is if you're hunting apex monster, yes, weakness exploit can't be triggered, and so also crit boost and maybe critical eye. No, only crit boost and waxes for the trash can. But his set does still 125 cycle DPS, so only 1.7 DPS lower than my possible set, best possible set I've calculated. So maybe his set is also pretty good. And yes, you can use it maybe from the Reddit post, but I want to show you my personally best build. I also have now a better build than this. So this build is on paper the best build, but I also tried hunts with the set, and with this build I have not my best time. I have a set constellation where I got pretty much better, and yes, also with this set the quest duration time is pretty orangey. So I hunted the Rathalos, and sometimes I needed 3 minutes and 5 seconds, and sometimes also 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So it's a huge difference with this build. I also prepared another build, and with another build I show you later, I always reach the same time. And yes, it's because the set is orangey, Not RNG, but you have to take care when healing and other stuff. Yes, and for me it's not the comp-phase set, but I'm gonna show it you first. It's on paper the best possible DPS set. The set has attack boost 7, Dragonheart 5, resentment 3, resuscitate 3, weakness exploit 3, dragon attack 3, rapid morph 3, and yes, recovery speed is from the talisman. I'm also gonna show you the switch skills. It's always the same: forward overhead slash, finishing discharge, and soaring wyvern blade. I think it's the best combination you can use. Also here we have the set skill Dragonheart that you contract Dragon Blade when you're at 80% health or below, and yes, you gain 10% attack power, and that I think it's the reason to use 5 pieces of Valstrax. And I'm also going to show you the decorations. So for the Rampage skill you can also use Valstrax Soul, but yes, if I recommend using attack boost 3, but you also can use Valstrax, so I think they are at the end pretty the same. On the Reddnaught Dunat I have attack Jewel 2, on the Valstrax Helm attack Jewel 2 and a Dragon Jewel 1, on the Valstrax Mail I have a Quickswitch and a Dragon Jewel 1, on the Valstrax Braces attack Jewel 2, on the Coil also attack, on the Valstrax Greaves attack and dragon, and on our rapid morph level 2 talisman 2 attack jewels. So when you're using the set, please pay attention that we can fit in speed sharpening. So I recommend using a specific meal. Eat meal, and I recommend to use this meal: Dango Booster with Dango Polisher and Dango Weakener. So in the most cases you only need 1 or 2 cycle sharpening. Yes, at the end I can say I personally don't recommend the set. It does on paper the best DPS, but yes, it's very annoying with the sharpness. It goes down too much, and I personally don't really enjoy using the set. I now show you a Rathalos hunt with exactly this build, and after this build I show you a better run. The other build is not so good as this one on paper, but it's better for the hunts. So let's check out how this run is going, and after that I show you another set. And now I'm gonna show you my personal favorite build, and with this build I reached the best time against the Rathalos. I personally call it the Almudrax build, because you have the Valstrax weapon, the Valstrax gloves, and also 2 pieces of Almudron. So let's check out how good the Almudrax build is. I have on the set has 262 attack, and compared to the Reddnaught 5 Valstrax piece set, the set has 292. We only have 262, but Agitator 4. I also tried to use Attack Boost 4 with Agitator 5 and also some Crit Eye, but the set only does 116 DPS. And this set with Attack Boost 7 and Agitator 4, but no crit skills, does 116.2, so a tiny little bit more DPS. And I also recommend this set above this, because we are using a lot the Soaring Wyvern Blade or Finished Discharge, so we are using a lot of attacks with fixed damage, so I prefer raw over crit for the switch axe. And the favorite thing on the switch axe build is we have Razor Sharp level 2, so we have a pretty good sharpness now, and also we have Power Prolonger 1 on the set. Also attack Dragon Attack level 4 instead of 3. Yes, that's what I meant. I also made it a regular set. You can see it here with Attack Boost 7, Critical Boost 3 and Crit Eye 5 with no Valstrax pieces, and this set does 120.8 cycle DPS, but with the Agitator build I got better times during the hunts. I don't want to include 3 runs in this video, so I don't want to make this videos too long. And yes, I'm gonna show you why this set is my favorite one. Gonna hit the clip after I've shown you the set. So you can see here, I think the best is use Attack Boost 7 and Agitator 4. So you also can use a set against Apex monsters, and that's the reason why this is actually my favorite set. It's pretty good against Apex monsters, Elder Dragons, all that other stuff. For example, Apex Rathalos or what else. First of all, the set skills: Attack Boost 7, Agitator level 4, so we got 10% affinity with Attack plus 16. Also Dragon Attack level 4, which gives us additional 10%, and for extra weakness exploit, Rapid Morph 3, Razor Sharp level 2 with Power Prolonger level 1. So the thing is, we have here this standard set, but on this set we didn't have Power Prolonger or Razor Sharp. So on this set, which have about 2 or 3 more cycle DPS, the sharpness is pretty bad, and also we didn't have such a good Power Prolonger skill, because there are so much crit skills in the set. Yes. And I also like Punishing Draw, so it's pretty cool. Yes, if we're doing, for instance, the Soaring Wyvern Blade move or so you get a little bit of stun damage. Yes. And also Dragonheart level 1. But yes, I don't really care about that level 1. So I'm gonna show you the decorations. On the Reddnaught Dunat, Attack Jewel level 2. On our Almudron Helm, 2 Attack Jewels level 2. On our Almudron Jewel 1, on our male Jewel 1 for Dragon. And this set is pretty cool, because we have Razor Sharp level 2 and also Power Prolonger level 1. The Valstrax Brace with a Challenger Jewel 2. The Engine of Coil S with a Tenderizer and 2 Dragon Jewels. And the Gauss Harak Greaves with a Dragon Jewel 1, which gives us 3 Agitator and Punishing Draw. It's a pretty cool armor piece. Very glad to have it finally in a set of my meta builds. And also on the Rapid Morph 1 Charm, 2 Attack Jewels. So actually you have seen that is not the best build on paper, but for regular hunts it's the build I got the best times with. Now I'm gonna add the run, and after that the video ends. So have some fun with this run, and see you next time, when I maybe show you anti-flying build with the bushy switch axe. But actually I think the Valstrax switch axe is by far the best. I can also add here for the elements, you can see it here, all the Rampage slicer. So you can see here 113.3 DPS. So the Rampage slicer only yes, 2 or 3 DPS worse, but you have a power file, and I know most of you are liking the Elemental file. For Rampage Elemental the best is the power file. You can't use Elemental because it's just too bad. And yes, maybe I'll show you later how to build up Elemental Rampage, but actually Valstrax is pretty easy to build because you don't need any handicraft or yes, protective polish or what else. So have fun with this run, see you next time.